It's the sweetest way to decorate a cake. Add some berries this season to fancy up your frosting. Cake artist Bethany Tomseth is here to share her simple technique. Simple to you, Bethany. She's gonna make it simple for all of us. Okay, so when we see a stunning cake like this, we think it has to be complicated, but you're saying no. We can all do it.
Absolutely. Okay. I was laughing because you walked by and you're like, you're not going to make me do that, are you?
I know, I'm scared.
If I did make you do it, you would be able to do it because it's that easy, I'm telling you.
You said a lot of it is about the tips. And you're using all buttercream, so we're not doing fondant with this.
Nothing fancy. The tip really does all the work. And this is kind of old school stuff. So it's not rocket science. It's just filling a pastry bag with some buttercream and putting the right tip on it and then practicing. And then it's so easy.
Okay, Bethany, I'm believing you. Okay, let's talk about just the base though. What kind of cake do you suggest we use as our base?
Okay, so I did a white base and it's gonna be really fun because you're gonna see it come to life with just a tiny bit of color. You're gonna see like this strawberry picnic kind of come to life, but it would be really cute. I debated whether or not to do a super light pink base. That would be so cute, or even a yellow base or blue. Any of those pretty pastel spring colors would have totally worked on this.
All right, and the ruffles give it just this cute like vintage look, I think. And you said, again, it's all about the tips that we're using for the piping.
Yeah, and I don't think this vintage trend is really going anywhere. It's vintage, right? It's classic. And so it just makes everything really beautiful. And so that's what I've done. I just got some ruffle tips. They're easily accessible at Hobby Lobby or Amazon. And I have done some ruffles. This I did a fun little double ruffle. So I did a light ruffle here, and then I've got this leaf tip. It's actually a leaf tip. And I'm gonna do another little ruffle. And you can see I'm just kind of gently moving my hand just a little bit back and forth. And then, I mean, you didn't even have to do that. You can just go, and then it'll make a pretty little ruffle. It's hard to go wrong with the ruffles. They allow for a lot of mistakes, actually.
Okay, well, that's good for us novice cake makers. Okay, so let's jump into these strawberries. How are we doing those?
Okay, so we have a little 5 tip from Wilton, or there's a Hobby Lobby brand that has them.
Okay.
It's the number 5 tip. It's just a tiny little, it's a larger little hole, actually. And here's what we're gonna do. We are going to squeeze and get some on the cake, and then we're gonna move it over to the side, and then we're gonna go in a little triangle, and then that's it. It's not super perfect.
It's almost just a triangle.
Yeah,
okay.
That's all it is. So it's so easy. I'm gonna throw a couple more on there. Oh, and that's not even really too bad of a triangle, but it allows for a lot of mistakes, so it really doesn't even matter. And there's only 3 colors on this cake, so it simplifies it even more.
That adds to the cuteness of it almost in a way. So tell me though, because I know there's all these like, you gotta freeze it and then you do this. So once you get this base layer on there, are we wanting to freeze it before we put the...
This is chilled, so yes.
Chilled.
This is chilled, it's been in the fridge, so it's nice and sturdy, and so I can really kind of play with it a little bit more.
Okay, so because if you mess up, you want to be able to wipe it off, right?
Exactly,
okay.
And you're right. I'm glad you brought that up, because if you do mess up, you just put it in the fridge and you can scrape it off and do it again.
That's good for us to know.
It's really fun to do that.
So the strawberries, and now you're adding a cute vine.
So we just went with a tinier hole. It's a number 2 tip as opposed to a 5, but it's still a little round circle tip. I'm gonna start up here, and I'm just putting lots of pressure. I'm kind of getting a little wiggly, because that's how strawberries grow, right? Do a little swirl there, and another swirl. So I'm telling you, just practice, 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 and it's not rocket science. So with the same bag, this is really fun. I have a coupler on there, so I just unscrewed this, and then I'm taking this tip off, and I'm going to put my small leaf tip on there.
So the couplers make it easy to swap out tips.
That's right, so you don't have to have a million bags. And this is actually the same tip as this large ruffle tip, just smaller. And so, but now we're gonna use it as a leaf tip. So I'm gonna pipe, and all you do is just squeeze. That's all you do. With the leaf tip, you kind of want to like put the little tip together. So I've done a little leaf up there, and we've got some leaves here. That's really cute. And a leaf here. And I could take a little toothpick and kind of fix those little edges right there. And it makes them nice and pointy and cute. And we've got, you know, some cute leaves down here as well, because I kind of had to balance it out because it was kind of, you know, top heavy a little bit. So that's what we did. We've got the vines, we've got the leaves. Now let's go, actually let's go with the flowers.
Okay, I see those little flowers.
Yes, cute little blossoms. So, and this is just white. I gotta clean my tip off, because if you have a clean tip, you've got clean work. If you've got a messy tip, you've got messy work.
Okay, good
to know. So that is like my mantra here. So
she just squeezed and it made a flower.
Just squeeze, and that's the tip. It's a tiny little star tip. It's a number 14 tip. And then one little one right there. Okay, we're gonna move to the yellow.
Okay.
The yellow is another little circle tip, but it's a number 1, so we're getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And this little yellow,
And
you
you're
always
just
have
doing
to
like
test
a
it.
little dot.
A tiny dot.
Right
and
in the
a
middle.
tiny dot in the
Is that what
middle.
you did for the little seeds on the strawberry as well?
Yes, so we're using the same tip, and we're gonna do some cute little seeds. And then it's nice if these strawberries are chilled, because the yellow buttercream has kind of a hard time sticking to the red if it's not chilled.
Oh, good to know. So
Yeah.
chill it in between
Sure.
layers too?
I mean, you can, or you can kind of just have the imperfect like I just did. But that's it, and then you just go around the cake. Oh, they got a little vine.
Well, it is darling, and I see you did like the little stitching along the ruffles too.
Again, the stitching is just the red and a smaller tip. It's a number 2 tip. And this was actually, the stitching was kind of the trickiest one, because I don't know, it just kind of threw me off. But the key with the stitching is just right in the center of that ruffle. You want to make contact with the buttercream, make sure it's cold, and then lift up, and then make contact again. So make contact, lift up, make contact again.
How
And
do you
that's-
envision this maybe like on a cupcake?
Okay, actually that is a really good point. So if you had a cupcake, I would frost a cupcake with a large round tip. I would actually get a piece of parchment paper and flip it upside down on the parchment paper, put it in the fridge so when you pull
Almost
it out,
flat.
it's a flat surface. And then how cute would it be to do a cute little like shell border around it, and then just strawberries right on the center? How cute would that be?
So cute. I haven't seen the strawberries on a cake. It's so fun. Good
Yes.
job. And you
you.
have some classes coming up?
Yes, I get to teach you how to do this fun stuff. I have a barn on my property, and so we call it the cake barn, and I teach classes out of the cake barn. And this next one in April is going to be so much fun, because my sisters are coming and they're a hoot. So it's going to, and we're going to do some fun floral little piping like this, but some hydrangeas and some lavender.
Okay, and we're signing up online?
Yes, on my Instagram. So just go to my Instagram profile. In the bio, there's links for that.
And what's your Instagram handle?
Bethany Cakes.
Bethany Cakes. Come to the cake barn with Bethany. That's so fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you.